Hi guys, this is Chelsea, and this is our final discussion board, I believe, discussion board 5. And this discussion board is discussing the divergence communication strategy, which is defined as a communication strategy that accentuates the difference between you and another person. So, a time in my life where this has taken place would actually be this recently happened when I was involved in a group project with my bio class, and we all had to divide up the work evenly between the four of us and finish parts of the study guide. And half of us had already gotten done, so me and another person had finished our parts of the study guide. We were fine, and we wanted to make sure that all of us had enough time to be able to look over the study guide and study everything. And the other two people were taking longer to get it done, and our deadline was supposed to be a Sunday at noon, and by Sunday at 3 they hadn't added to it. So I felt like I should contact them and ask them when they planned on finishing their part so that we would all have ample enough time to study. And I texted one of them and didn't hear anything back. And then I texted another one of them, and that person got back to me right away. The person that I texted about 2 more times, just asking what they had planned, if they were busy, if they needed us to make up the work or whatever on our own, and I didn't hear back from them. So that's when, maybe about 10-15 minutes later, they called me. And so I answered the phone, and they explained like what was going on and happening or whatever. And looking back on it, I just realized that that was their way of communicating. And she even explained to me on the phone that she doesn't usually text, she doesn't usually use her phone for that. She's more of a talk on the phone, and when you want to get something done, you call them type of person, and we'll set aside that 10 to 15 minutes to call someone to get something done. Where I just think shooting a text is a lot easier and convenient and takes less time, but she found that it was more efficient, and that was just how it was better for her to communicate and get her point across. And after I had talked to her, um, it was also much easier to have an understanding of like where we were at, and that she didn't mean not to do her part or anything like that. She was just busy. So looking back on it, that was just a time that I realized that that was a divergent divergence communication strategy where the difference between me and another person was obvious in the way that we chose to communicate to each other what was going on and keeping each other in the loop, or just going out of our way to talk to each other was different. And yeah, so that's my final discussion board post. Thanks for listening.